Girlfriend, thank you for telling me, baby girl. Girlfriend, thank you. I'm not talking to you, sir.
I own the place.
Please stop talking to me, sir. Don't walk up on me. I feel threatened. Please
own the
don't.
Place.
Sir, he's walking up on me.
I own the place.
Don't walk up on me. I feel threatened.
I don't care
what
the fuck you feel.
Don't walk up on me.
I don't care what you feel.
Don't walk up on me, sir.
You keep being out here, you're going to get charged.
When it comes to what's happening in Wayne County and the North Carolina area, look no further than Taylor House Publishing. If you have a story that needs to be told, please contact us via email at taylorhousepublishing@gmail.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the man that you just saw in that video clip is the owner of Jay's Restaurant, Bar, and Grill in Kinston, North Carolina. Now, Mr. Lipford, Lester Lipford, whom you saw, is accused of assaulting Andrea Brody, who was a patron at the nightclub early Monday morning or late Sunday night, leaving the club. Now, the video, which is much, much longer, and I'm going to show you other parts of the video that coincide with this story, but the video was taken after the nightclub ended. Now, there is an article where Mrs. Brody was charged with carrying a concealed weapon and resisting arrest. However, I'm going to show you part of the video that shows that she did not resist, as well as we're going to see the much aggressive nature that had came from Mr. Lipford during this entire interaction. Now, the backstory: Miss Brody and her friends or siblings were at the nightclub that night, and as the nightclub was coming to a close, Miss Brody says that she was approached by a group of studs who approached their group. Now, if you don't know what studs are, they are LGBTQIA females who dress and act like males. So the studs approached her group and, asked them to dance and tried to talk to them. Now, when Miss Brody's group resisted, the studs became belligerent and aggressive. Like how, you ladies say if men try to talk to you and, you say no, and they be like, well, go ahead, you little stinking foot hoe. I ain't never like y'all no way. You ugly, blah, blah, blah. So that's what Miss Brody alleges that the studs started doing. They started getting aggressive to them, and in return, Miss Brody and her group began to exchange words with the group of studs. Now, in the midst of this, the owner, that guy that you saw, Lester Lipford, he came and I guess approached Miss Brody's group. She said, according to her, that he began to get belligerent as well, and you saw his demeanor during that part of the video, which I'm going to show you some more parts of the video. But he began to get belligerent with her and, forced them into a corner or whatever. And then, she said when they began to leave the club, he followed them with his firearm out by his side. And Miss Brody said that she began to be fearful and scared. And, of course, they were going back and forth, talking. Not talking, but I guess de facto arguing. But Miss Brody said that when she got to her car, she realized that she had her firearm in the car. So when she went to the car, she put her firearm in her purse and laid it on the seat, and then began to once again kind of engage with Mr. Lipford. Now, somewhere during the interaction, she tried to she got in her car, and then she claims that Mr. Lipford reached into her car, tried to get her keys out of the car, bending her wrist back, therefore assaulting her. And then, as she's sitting in the car, the police comes up. The police comes up, as you will see later, and begin to tell Miss Brody, to get out of the car. Now, this was the story. This is the point of the story where Mr. Lipford is pretty much telling the officers to charge her, and you will see him all up in the interaction with Miss Brody and the officer. Telling Miss Brody, yeah, I need you to step away from the car. I need you to get out of the car, which is not his job as a proprietor of an establishment. However, the police end up talking to Miss Brody. She informs them that, yes, she has a gun in her purse. During the midst of that conversation, the police ask her to remove herself from the car and go and sit, by their car. And you will see that part of the video too. But so during that time, Miss Brody is in the car. She's not aware of what's going on. They're still trying to clear the area from the club. Evidently, there was a couple of more arguments out there. And then Miss Brody says that, she was in turn taken away from the scene. She was taken away from the scene, driven about 3 or 4 blocks down the street, and the officer turned around and parked the car so she could still see what was happening at the club. Now, at this point, Miss Brody begins to, ask the officer what's going on. I'm arrested. Am I detained? And you will see in the video also that the officer did not tell Miss Lipscomb that she was detained or arrested. However, after sitting in the parking lot for some time, the officer then in turn takes Miss Brody to the police station, and they begin to dress her out. They charged her. They said they were charging her with carrying a concealed weapon. And then they charged her also with resisting arrest. Now, Miss Brody asserts that while she was there at the station, Mr. Lipscomb, the owner of the club, comes into the magistrate office. Now, I'm going to show you some photos of that where she says that Kinston's magistrate's office can't just anybody walk in there. However, he walked in and he began to tell her, tell the people to charge her with various crimes. Miss Brody ended up having to be dressed out. She said she was also assaulted by the officers, and I'm going to show you some pictures of some wounds that she sent me. She was assaulted by the officers, given a $500 bond, and then she was able to post bond after a while, and then she went home. And yesterday after calming down, she attempted to go down to the magistrate or the Kinston Police Department and file charges of assault against Mr. Lipford. However, this is where the story gets kind of shaky. She talked to a lawyer, and that lawyer name is Nicholas Harvey of Kinston, and she began to tell him the situation about what happened, and she wanted to enlist his services for advice, but also a defense. So according to Ms. Brody, Mr. Harvey tells her, well, look, I'm not going to be able to get the concealed weapon charge drop. I can get the resisted arrest drop, and I'm going to charge you such and such amount of money. I think she said $2,500. Now, after talking to him, that is when Ms. Brody went to the magistrate office to fill out, a report. And she said that she told the lady what happened. The lady gave her paperwork and had already filed the charges according to Ms. Brody. And then she said that before she was about to leave, the magistrate called her back in and said, hey, I'm not going to be able to file this report unless you have the police report. I'm not going to be able to file these charges unless you have the police report. It was then that Ms. Brody said that she left. went back and tried to get the police report. She got the police report and then went back later to another magistrate who eventually filed the charges. However, later in the evening, Miss Brody would talk to a friend who has a relative who is married to Mr. Lipford. Now, Mr. Lipford told that relative that he called up there. Mr. Farley, that lawyer that she talked to, called up to Kinston, called actually Mr. Lipford and told him that this lady was about to file charges. It was then that Mr. Lipford apparently pulled some strings and made it so that the person would not file the charges. Now, this all goes into the aspect where people say, according to Miss Brody, that a lot of people in Kinston are fearful of the owner of this restaurant. He has a lot of pull. He has a lot of connection with the police, and he's able to orchestrate situations like this as we've seen. Now, this also kind of coincides with another story I've done about another restaurant owner who actually has that type of pull with the police that can, get people charged. And when you watch the video, you're going to actually hear him say, well, we're going to have you charged. We're going to have you charged. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to play the first part of the video. Now, the first part of the video disputes this article that you read. And I'm going to show you the article right now. If you see this article here, it says a Goldsboro woman arrested for carrying a concealed weapon, resisting arrest. Officers responded to 110 West Blunt Street for a crowd control as patrons were leaving Jay's place. Officers received reports that Andrea Brody, 33 of Goldsboro, was unlawfully carrying a concealed firearm. Initially, Brody refused to comply with the officers' investigation. During the investigation, officers located a concealed firearm in Brody's possession and placed her under arrest for carrying a concealed weapon and resisting a public officers. Now, I'm going to show you, and mind you, let me say the gun that Miss Brody was in possession of was a legally registered firearm, so she was legal. She is the legal owner and possessor of that weapon. But I'm also going to show you this video that kind of contradicts what that article says. Now, here. Now, there you see the officer getting Miss Brody outside of the car, and then you see the owner of the club, Mr. Lipford, right in the mix, asking somebody what the F is wrong with them, being very belligerent. Well, here we go.
Come over here with me. Come over here with me. Come over here with me. Come over here with me.
Don't push me, sir.
No.
So now the officer is asking her, to step away from the car. She's telling them that, I have a gun in the car. Do you want my gun? I can give it to you. And then you see Mr. Lipford right here in the mix of the action telling Miss Lipford to step away from the car. You also hear somebody saying in the background, "Don't push me, sir."
Don't push me.
I need you to step away from the car.
Get your camera out.
Over there, it's my gun.
I want you to not touch anything right now. Okay? I want you to come right over here, like I've asked you to.
I'm gonna step back. You don't touch nothing. You're not.
And so now you see that as the lady, Miss Brody, is talking to the officer, here is the owner of the club all in the mix. The lady's telling the officer that I'm going to step back, and then Mr. Lipford inserts his hand in the picture and attempts to, I guess, move Miss Brody away, telling her to step from the car. And you hear her response saying, "Look, don't touch me, don't touch me."
I don't gotta listen to you. You get your ass the fuck over there.
You keep thinking you ain't got to listen to him. I'm glad you think you ain't got to listen to him.
I'm listening to him. Trying to get the fuck on because he not.
Now, if you see Mr. Lipford there telling her, you keep thinking that you ain't got to listen to me. You keep thinking that. And then if you look real closely, you would see his hand on his little hip, which, denotes to me that, he's kind of grabbing for his gun. And my question to the police or anybody, why is he there? Why is he all in the mix? If the police are there, let the police do their job and handle it. He's acting also like he's the supervisor or captain of the police, which shouldn't be done. But we're going to continue on.
No, the fuck I don't. The fuck I don't. I got my shit. And I don't gotta listen to you, bitch.
Sir, they try to attack us, sir. I have videos.
Listen, from the inside to the outside. Back up. I'm gonna let you go in there. Not him, not nobody else. Hold on. You want to be okay? Not
Can I talk to you, please?
It's mine.
I see. That's the female right there. That's the female right there. That's her right there, the aggressive one, sir.
I know.
I have everything on
I
camera,
just got. Go
sir.
ahead.
Is it in the purse?
She was coming to get me, sir. They was finna attack me.
You see they follow me to the motherfucker.
They was finna come to get me. She was coming to get me.
A drink or two, you can tell me, you can do whatever you want to do.
She was coming to get me. Know the story. Know the story. Yeah.
Them motherfuckers, you can't do nothing, bitch.
Yeah.
You bitch ass nigga, freedom of speech, bitch. That's what we on out here.
Hey,
One on TikTok.
Hold on.
I bet we charge.
Ain't disrespecting him. Fuck him. Ain't disrespecting you.
And you hear, once again, she was cooperating with the police. She was telling her, them where their gun was. Of course, she's kind of excited because of whatever transpired beforehand. And then you see, I guess that's the sister or the friend saying, okay, these girls, attacked us. There they are right there. Now, what's once again, in my opinion, totally out of line, for the owner of the club, you see him there standing there talking about, I bet we charge you. I bet we charge you. I bet we charge you. Like, who is we? You're not even an officer. So why are you actually standing there? And it's going to get a lot worse when you see some of his actions throughout the rest of this video. But clearly, Miss Brody is not resisting. So that alludes me to think that, he does have some pull to get this lady charged for something that she did not do. She's clearly not really, she may be a little bit loud, if anything, it may have been disorderly conduct, but even that is a stretch because, everyone is kind of tense in this situation.
You know you? What's your name? Falofsky? But fuck that bitch ass nigga. Straight up.
No, sir. I have videos.
And see, there you see him pointing again. He's pointing to the other officers. That one right there. That one right there. So evidently, this is personal now because evidently there was some exchange. You see how they're talking to him. So, of course, now he's going to exert his authority because the police are, I don't know if they're performing security at this club, but evidently he has a clear-cut, evident relationship with those police officers.
My sister was coming to get me, sir. Those young ladies over there that's aggressive, they was trying to attack me. Sir, we're not from here.
Can you please get her?
My sister was coming to get me, sir. I have all my credentials and everything you need to know about me, sir. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
Now you see, once again, the lady trying to explain the situation. Hey, these girls were, kind of, almost attacking us. And once again, you see the owner of the club say, look, that one right there, I need you to get her away from here. Like, who are you? Like, let them do their job. And who are these police officers who are taking orders from a civilian? He's not a law enforcement officer to my knowledge. So why is he allowed? He's basically pretty much interfering with the investigation, if you ask me.
Listen, do you hear me?
Yeah, no, I hear.
I'm more closer to y'all than he can ever be.
I hear.
Where we going?
Go towards the flashing light.
Okay, straight over there. Man, what the fuck?
Back up.
You going to jail?
You
going to jail?
Back up. No, she
You
ain't.
going to jail?
No, she ain't.
I bet you. How much you want to bet?
I feel threatened with this bitch ass nigga.
How much you want to bet?
Shit.
I feel threatened with this bitch ass
She was
nigga.
right back out. She was right back out.
And there you go. Once again, the lady's trying to follow police orders, and here is this guy almost standing in their way, antagonizing them, telling them, okay, I bet you go to jail. I bet you go to jail. I bet you go. Like, the police should have said, sir, move out the way, you know, in my opinion. But I don't think he should have been right in their face. So that lets you know that there's a personal vendetta against these young ladies. And, you know, from my opinion, I've been around people who, you know, have that, you know, that egotistical nature. And evidently, as been reported, that people respect this guy. People are not known to, you know, talk junk to him. And, you know, people are respectful of here. So anytime a person is in that position and they're used to people not doing things like these ladies are doing, then that's going to be personal. That's why he said, I bet you go to jail. I bet you. How do you know? Like, who are you to ensure that these ladies go to jail? Well, we're going to continue.
They sitting up here trying to attack me. My sister came to get me.
You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I don't want to sit in there. I stand right here. I promise you.
Listen to me. Listen. Just listen. Stop talking. Stop talking. Please.
Don't want to go in there.
Just listen, babe. Just listen.
Listen. Stop talking. I've got like 4 officers and 150 people outside, okay? I can't watch everybody, okay? So that I can better watch you, I'm going to have you have a seat in my vehicle.
Can I sit with the police?
Okay?
Can I sit with my sister?
You're
We
going
have
to
talked
sit
before.
in my car while I sit in my
I
car
sit with
too.
her. I sit with her.
I've got the
Please.
AC turned on.
We don't have family that lost them in the
Stop.
office. Can I
Please
sit with
just
the police?
stop. Please stop.
Shut up.
I don't need 2 people coming at me. Please just have a seat in my car with me, okay? I'm asking. I'm not going to tell first, okay? I'm asking right now.
Right,
We're going to get to the tell, okay? It's not for negotiation. Not for
Where's the keys? Did that guy
I
take the
have
keys?
2 firearms in my hands right now, okay? Your firearm.
Can I
and
have
one
the
on my
keys,
hip.
please?
Not yet.
Shut
No,
up. Let me
stop.
talk to him. Okay, now
Stop.
listen.
No, it's not for. It's not for negotiation.
Thank you. Now, can I go sit on that car? Can I sit? I got on the skirt. I'll sit down. I don't
This
want
car is just crap.
We're sitting in the car. We're sitting in the car.
Excuse me, ma'am. Listen, sir, can I talk to someone? They was trying to attack.
Even prior to that, the officer tells her that, you know, she's not being, you know, detained. She's not being under arrest. However, you will see that she never gets out of the car until she goes to jail. Now, I'm going to fast forward this so you can once again see the owner of the club and his behavior towards, you know, these patrons, and watch how the police actually, they allow him to talk all types of crazy mess, but then when the lady starts talking back, you know, they tell her, you know, to be quiet.
I could detain you in handcuffs. I could arrest you in handcuffs. I'm suggesting I should detain you in handcuffs.
Let's get in the car, bro. I got everything. He
All
ain't
right.
do nothing.
All right.
I'm hot,
Closing the
baby.
door.
I'm hot.
Closing the door.
All right, so there you see the police officer talking to Miss Brody in the car, saying, you know, I could arrest you, I could detain you, I could put handcuffs on you. I'm being super nice to you right now, you know, and just sit in the car. And she's saying, I'm hot. So basically, there was no resisting arrest, and he clearly told her on tape, look, I'm not arresting you, and I'm not detaining you. Just, you know, if you would calm down. So that's evidence right there that there was no resisting arrest, and actually the police did not want to arrest her, which leads me to believe that under pressure from Mr. Lipscomb, they proceeded with the charges. Now watch this though. Watch this. Watch how ugly it gets real quick. Watch this demeanor.
The ordeal is, I guess that's his people. He used to seeing them regular faces, but I got
No, that's
everything
his
on
girlfriend.
camera. Oh, that's his girlfriend.
And she was following
Oh,
us just like that other girl was.
girlfriend. Thank you for telling me, baby girl. Girlfriend. Thank you. I'm not talking to you,
Oh, I
sir.
own the place.
Please stop talking to me, sir. Don't walk up on me. I feel threatened.
I
Please
own the
don't.
place.
Sir, he's walking up on me.
I
officer.
own the place.
Don't walk up on me. I feel threatened.
I don't care if you
Don't walk
feel
up
what
on
the
me.
fuck you feel.
Don't walk.
There you see, he heard the young ladies talking. Nobody was talking to this man, and then he hears her talking about, girlfriend. Girlfriend who? Girlfriend who? And he starts walking up to the young lady. The young ladies are not bothering him. He walks up to their space, saying, "Okay, I own the place. I own the place. I own the place." And you'll see it get worse from here.
I don't care what you feel.
Don't walk up on me, sir.
You keep being out here, you're going to get charged.
I'm with my sister.
I wouldn't give a fuck who you with. I charge you too.
You hear what he said? And do you see the look in that man's eyes? I don't care what you feel. I don't care what you feel. If you keep standing out here, you're going to be charged. How do you have the authority to tell them that they're going to be charged when they're just waiting on their sister? They're just waiting to see their sister. And most importantly, do you see how wide his eyes are? His eyes are like this. Now, if you know my history, I got a history of cocaine use. And I've seen a lot of people in a lot of places, in a lot of different circumstances on cocaine. In my opinion, nobody's eyes are that big and are that white if you ain't on some type of thing. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you feel. But I think this is totally, once again, out of order. The police should have told him to back up. Even though he's the owner of the club, evidently these ladies are in the parking lot. They're not in his club. So he has no authority. He has no jurisdiction to tell these ladies, you're going to be charged if you keep standing here. So I think that is very much part of the problem, where he's initiating, he's escalating, and then, there's nobody to tell him or to de-escalate him in his behavior.
Do so. Do so. I'm in a state property. You don't own this shit, you big
He said, I don't give a F who you're with. I'll charge you too. Are you a police officer? How are you going to charge anybody? Or are you going to get them charged? You have that much power and influence to get a person charged. That is, once again, that is in my opinion, outrageous. And this is why, I don't know who that young lady is, but I just like her comebacks. You can call me what you want. I like the way she came at him, because once again, they were not talking to him. They were checking on their system. Evidently, once again, I don't know what was said beforehand. I don't have that recording. But you're going to see her, kind of get her licks back verbally.
bastard. What? Fuck you and everything you stand for. I'm not bothering you. I'm not bothering.
Hey, look, I love that. If anybody ever seen Pimp C get in that argument, he said, F you and everything you stand for. Hey, look, I don't condone that type of language, but, that was good. And then, so when she says that, after he walked up to her, got into her space, and she responds in kind with some choice words, this man walks over to the police officer and say, hey, can you get her charged with disorderly conduct? What part of the game is that, right?
I'm not for you. Take your big dusty ass over there.
Right there.
You clown.
Go over in the side over there.
You goof troop. He don't own these streets. Thank you, sir.
Go over there.
Yes, sir. I'm not bothering him.
I know. Go over there.
And see, that's part of the issue too. Now, the police didn't say anything to this man running up in that lady's space, getting in her face, but as soon as she responds in kind, then the police say, yeah, you go over there. You go over there. And then, he tells her, yeah, we can charge, can you charge her with disorderly conduct? Charge her with, watch. So I don't like that, that type of deal, because if the police are there to keep order, then they should have immediately, when he came over there in that young lady's face, they should immediately have stopped him.
You goofy? They ain't even no authentic jersey, you clown. That's city trend shit.
Man.
Boss up, bitch. Your stinking ass club. You ain't even got tissue in your bathroom, bitch. I need the keys, baby.
What the fuck happened?
I need my keys. He has my car keys, sir. They dropped on the ground. He picked them up. The officer has my car keys.
She's under arrest. Go over there.
You goofy? They ain't even no authentic jersey, you clown. That's city trend shit.
Ma'am.
Boss up, bitch. Your stinking ass club. You ain't even got tissue in your bathroom, bitch.
I've heard it. Tired of you yelling. It's enough. Leave it.
Hey, look. Hey, man, that's wild, yo. Hey, look, she was... Hey, look, she was giving them the business, man. But I, like I said, I feel her because, once again, like I don't know what was said, but evidently that owner has some vitriol, has some contempt, has some disdain for those young ladies for whatever reason. And it kind of, for him to walk around and be able to walk around and act like that and fuss and cuss at people without retribution, with impunity, leads towards that mindset or that ideology that, yeah, he does have some pull with the police to be able to go and, interfere. Basically, what we're seeing right now is him interfering with police investigation. So in my opinion, in my interpretation of the law, hey, he should be charged with disorderly conduct. What is that? What are they always preventing a public officer from doing their service? Whatever that charge is. And so that's when the video ends, right? So the video ends with, of course, Miss Brody being transported to the police station for the charges of resisting arrest and carrying a concealed weapon. Now, you tell me, at any part in that video did you see Miss Brody resist arrest? I didn't. I didn't. I don't know if, whatever you want to define a resisting arrest is, I didn't see it, because resisting arrest means you have to be being put under arrest. At no point in time did Miss Brody or the officer say that she was being put under arrest. So that's point one. Now, with the carrying concealed weapon, that's going to be hard because, of course, the gun was in her purse at the time. However, the fact that this club owner could just follow people outside of his club, reach in their car and try to prevent them from leaving, I think that's abduction. I've been charged with abduction before, so I know. Anytime you prevent anyone from leaving, that's abduction. So apparently he reached in the car and tried to, get her keys and prevent her from leaving before the police got there. Now, at the police station, I'm going to show you these photos. This is when Miss Brody is already in custody. Here you see Mr. Lipford. I don't know why I want to call him Mr. Lipscomb, but Mr. Lipford actually at the magistrate's door trying to open up the magistrate's door. Like who, and according to, what I've been told, that this magistrate office is not like Goldsboro magistrate office where anybody can just walk in. This, you have to be, let in. Now, if he's not a bondsman, if he's not coming up there posting bail, if he's not a law enforcement officer, why is he allowed to go to the jail? Now, evidently, and this what leads to that personal vendetta thing. Why did he go to the police station to ensure that this lady was charged? And apparently he was attempting to get her charged with some other things. That's why he went down there. So he went down there to ensure, to solidify that this lady was going to be arrested. Now, also, once again, as she got in there, she stated that, the officers assaulted her, and I'm going to show you this picture right here, which displays a bruise on her arm, which allegedly came from the officers inside the place. And, you see that, she was charged with those crimes and given a $500 bond. Now, and as I mentioned, of course, she's out right now. She's, visibly outraged, understandably outraged in my point of view. Now, mind you, everybody knows the club. Sometimes arguments happen. People get, emotions run high. I think the young ladies in the video, they express some frustration, but, there's no way that you can tell me that this club owner should have been up there with the police, telling them what to do, telling them what to charge, telling them this, that, and the other, telling them, watch, you going to jail, telling them, I'm going to charge you. I bet we charge you. I bet we charge you. Who is we in that situation? So that kind of leans towards the mindset or the perception of this guy who owns this club having a lot of authority with the police and with the, I think if I look through, I looked up his Facebook page. I think he has ran for public office. He has he takes a lot of pictures with, I guess, people in the community of prominent status. So I know how those situations work all too often where, somebody is, connected, for lack of a better word. And so the fact that this young lady went to a lawyer, Nicholas Harvey, and told him of the situation, and before she could even get down there to the magistrate office to file charges, this lawyer actually called Mr. Lipscomb, the owner of the club, several times before the owner of the club called him back, and the lawyer alerted him to the fact that this lady is about to come down there and file charges. Now, I'm pretty sure that should be against a client and attorney privilege. But nevertheless, he was able to call the magistrate, in my opinion, and get it thwarted, or at least put a hindrance on Miss Brody being able to file charges. So Miss Brody is, I guess she has filed those charges, and we're going to wait to see what becomes of it. Once again, hopefully she get her firearm back because, that's a misdemeanor charge. You shouldn't take a person's firearm. But the fact that this gentleman was allowed to act as he was acting doesn't exude the behavior that I feel of someone who owns an establishment like that. And I'll look towards those eyes once again. I definitely, from my perspective or my opinion, think that he may have been under the influence of some illicit substance, allegedly. But these things are alleged that this man Lester Lipford attacked this lady in her car, and you can tell by his demeanor that that assertion may not be too far off, because you saw him walk up into the lady's face, use belligerent language, very aggressive. So according to what I was told, that he actually admitted being aggressive in that phone call with the Miss Brody's friend, who's who had that conversation with him. But y'all tell me what y'all think. 919-587-7782. What should Miss Brody do in this situation? Is that behavior of the proprietor of the restaurant acceptable? 919-587-7782, or you can send me a email at taylorpublishinghouse@gmail.com. And Mr. Lipscomb, if you are watching this video, Lipford, if you are watching this video, please give me a call, and I'll be more than happy to let you tell your side of the story. But nevertheless, y'all take care. It's been another Taylor House Publishing video. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate the support. Y'all have a blessed day.